emails or these texts. Why Penny's here, and he's down there, and they were so insane that I almost went into convulsions. I went, no, no. He's playing a double. He's just playing high-tech ha-ha-hoos. This is total insane.
This is what usually happens to people who have dedicated their life to some job, and then that job is taken away from them, and since they don't have a definite chief aim, they go berserk, and
Damon, I should have put these down where you could read them and go, oh my God, David, this is really bad. And
yeah, but all along, you didn't cut it off then. That was 2 years ago when Penny was out here. You didn't cut it off then. You didn't, because you were still looking for something from it. You've got to look to yourself for it.
I was hoping that we'd get on positively.
Everybody hopes that, but ultimately, you've got to get on your trip.
I'm on it now, buddy.
Yeah, and that requires practical plans. You have to make plans and follow through with them.
That's right.
So tomorrow you have a plan.
Saturday I have a plan too.
All right, and Saturday you have a plan too. Do those things. Inform the people that are in your life about that, and don't run from it. No. Because if you call them up, because you could use Phyllis's phone and call her back. You call her up and you say, "Oh, I have to go. I'm being evicted in 90 days, and so I need to go find a new place on Saturday."
I'm being evicted in 62 days. Fuck the 90.
Well, there you go. There you go. Whatever. The facts are the way they are. But you tell them. And that just inspires you that much more to go do your thing on Saturday.
Watch my smoke, son. Watch it. Watch my smoke.
Smoking.
Yes, right. And Robin and Gary are out of my life. They're out. And so was Penny.
Remember what I said about wasting energy condemning other people.
I'm just telling you this.
Well.
So you'll say, yeah, he did say that.
Well,
yeah,
and that's fine. I'm just trying to redirect your mind to practical plans.
If I got a house up here that was a decent sized house, I wouldn't have an address. I'd have a P.O. box.
Fine.
Super fine, huh?
Yeah.
You want those fries super fried? Yes.
Yeah.
Think I'm kidding you? No. I'm at war. I'm at war.
Well,
don't take me too serious. I'm fed up. I made an ass out of myself.
Well, I still, it's not that I've taken you so serious as I'm thinking about, in reference to my life, it does feel like war in my life that I'm going against these attorneys for insurance companies, and I have to watch out, because that mentality, that state of relatedness will defile me and contaminate me. And it's about joyful participation. Enter into it joyfully.
But you got to remember, I'm just coming out of this shit chuck shit, so I'm cutting out a little bit.
That's exactly me. Yeah, I'm coming out of it too. I don't need the world. I don't need the world. All I need is for the insurance company to get the doctor, require that the doctor be paid so that he sees me, and that they cover the prescriptions for treatment that they're supposed to, so that I know that if they're doing that, I can go out and try to get part-time employment, and if I injure myself, they will be there. They'll be there for me in case I injure myself. But ultimately, it comes back down to, if I get employed with an pre-existing injury, and I hurt myself because I'm working, then that employer has to have workers' comp insurance. And if I don't inform them of my pre-existing injury, then I'm committing fraud. And the insurance company can say, "You've committed fraud. You went back to work. You didn't tell them." We don't have to cover you for anything. And then if I injure myself on the job, they're not responsible for it. It's a pre-existing injury. This is a new injury that happens at work. It's a racket. It's a bunch of shit, and it's
well. It reminds me of Rush Limbaugh.
All it shows to me is that everybody is running as far away from their accountability and responsibility. They make themselves seem as though they're accountable and responsible, but only to build up this facade to make everybody think that. But actually, behind the scenes, what they're doing is delegating all the responsibility other places and throwing it back off on other people.
He's got it made. I told you so. And they all come to him, Dr. Rush, Dr. Rush. And he's sitting there flying around in a Gulfstream Ford at $6,000 an hour when you got them all in fucking pennies. And
the thing that frustrates me is that the judge, if he heard all this stuff, if he ever had 5 minutes to listen to me, to explain all this stuff, I know he would set me straight and realize where I'm coming from and tell me the answers I need to know to move on.
Yeah.
But he won't. Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. In the next 60 to 90 days, I'm going to try and get to workers' comp again, get to court again. Now that I got the car, now that Dad let me borrow the car, you know. But this month is screwed. You know, the last 2 months have been screwed, having to pay off that dryer, you know.
I do know. Listen, here's the deal. I was talking to a vet, and I said, you know, he said, couple guys, they said, well, did you do combat? I said, no, they wouldn't let me go. But I saved 5 lives over here in training. And I would have done it over there, too. And they go, you goddamn right. That's what they said. You saved 5 men's life stateside. I could have died. I saved their life. I gave up my life to save them. I was there. And they went, you goddamn right. And they said, that's what they don't understand.
Well, you know, that's a beautiful point that you bring up. You know, what are you willing to die for? And that is quite literally, on one level, the kind of energy that is required.
I did things in the Navy that I said, how in the hell I didn't get killed? What the fuck was I doing? I must have had a heart on. I mean, Jesus. No pussy, go save their lives. Jump in the fucking thing. You ain't had no sex. You can walk in water with your dick. Swim with your dick. Paddle that fucking rod. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, now I know why the fucking guys went in the thing with hard-ons.
What thing?
The things in the Greek, in the Parthenon, and all that.
Oh, yeah, went into
now
the
I know
arena.
Why they did
yeah.
It. That's what I did when I went after those guys. Like that guy plays, Don DeLuise used to play in those movies.
It's just a high state of arousal. However, when you're highly aroused, you know, it's... I have to have the courage to go out and really do what I need to do. But I realize that my situations are those kinds of things that are so catch-22 and complicated that the people I deal with, it's really hit or miss if they've got the skill to deal with it. And I've just got to be perseverant and keep trying with this workers' comp. But ultimately, I really, on one side of my brain says, listen, dude, they're not interested in you at all, and they will cut your legs off if it benefits them. And the other side of me says, but I've got to give them the benefit of the doubt as a human being to try and see the intelligence and, you know, the value of assisting me through this time, you know, which is not really assisting me. It's by law, they're required to do it.